I'm Associate Professor, Major Dr. Muhammad Haridon. I'll be flying the Boeing 737-800 today. This is the simulator of the Boeing 737-800. We have a very comprehensive system. We also have a flight director at the back. The simulator is actually in the cold and dark state. We're going to start it up, and we're actually at runway 14 right at Kuala Lumpur International Airport. So for us to start, the simulator is similar to the real aircraft of the Boeing 737-800. We have a checklist to go through. So I have my checklist over here. So you're going to start it from the cool and dark state. So the first one would be master battery on. There you go. You have all the lightings on. We can sort of test all the light. There you go, all the light are good. We have all the light in amber, so this is testing the light. All dim. And put it in the middle. Alright, and the second thing we have to do, you have to align the IRS, initial reference system, which would give you all your navigation aid. So align IRS. IRS align. There you go. Probably take around 7 or 8 minutes for the system to align with the initial reference system. This is for your navigation. And so before you take off, before you start off, you need to do your fire test upon the system in the aircraft. So this will be a fire test. Fire test is good. Alright. Fire test good. Alright. Once the caution off, we set our CDU, control display unit. So you want to get our ground service up, because we do not have power, so we use ground power from the ground. Okay, left and right pack off. Conditioning should be off check, close check, off check. Okay, fuel pump on. Close, fuel pump on, fuel pump on, fuel pump on, fuel pump on. When you do my engine start, we start off with engine number 2. Usually we start with engine number 2 because a passenger will usually go from the left side of the fuselage, left side of the aircraft. So you start the right side of the engine, which will be engine number 2. So let me start off engine number 2. This will be it. Okay, there you go. Start off engine number 2. Take a look at your N1. That's your N1 indicator of the engine. When it reaches 2.4, I will introduce fuel to engine number 2. Alright. So let me just hold that on. I will introduce fuel when it reaches 2.4. Fuel introduced. There you go. Alright, so when my N2 reaches 56, this will be auto cut off. Alright, if it doesn't auto cut off, then I will put it to auto cut off. That's why I have my hand here. So let's take a look at 56. 56, they will be auto cut off. The same thing with engine number 1. Now we can power out engine number 1. Alright, there you go. Hopefully everything's okay. Sometimes we have anomaly in the simulator, so we have to cycle the switch. In this case, N1 does not go up, so we need to cycle that. I'll introduce fuel. There you go. Now 2.6. We have an engine failure. Never mind. It's just an anomaly in the simulator. It happens a lot. Okay. Now we try to see whether N2 reaches 56. So in any simulator, there's always anomaly. So we just leave it at that. Alright. 76. There will be auto cut off. Oh, it's not the cut off, so let me just set it off. Alright. Okay, engine 2 is good. It's 19, it's 20, 40, 45. Okay, engine 1. Hydraulic pumps all on, all off. Pump on, pump on. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna hit the oil on. Generator 2 on. Generator 1 on. Alright, we have good ground power off. Off my ground power. Alright, let's go through the checklist again. Yaw damper on. So usually when alright, we're going to do a flight. You can call it a circuit flight, but it's not a circuit flight. We're going to take off at runway 14 right, Kuala Lumpur International Airport. we're going to do a turn towards Kuala Lumpur City. We're going to take a look at the scenery at the Kuala Lumpur City. We're going to take a look at the KLIA, the monument KLIA. Kuala Lumpur City Centre, KLCC, the monument KLCC, and also the Merdeka Tower, and also the Telecom Tower. And after that, we're going to turn back and land back at runway 14 right. So let me just set some configuration of the flight. Okay. If you want to do auto land, if you want to do instrument landing system landing, then we have to set the frequency. The ILS, instrument landing system frequency for runway 14 right of KLIA would be 110.70 megahertz. So let me just set that up. 110.70. Great. Let me just set this up. So 110. So I will set up for both, just in case I have a failure on the first system, then I can go to the second system. 110, 170, 110. Let me set here as well. 110.70. All right. 110.70, 110.70, 110.70. All right, that's good. Just in case I want to use the autopilot, I will set the autopilot. Let me just set the altitude at 2,500. That would be nice. Just in case I want to use the autopilot, so I just set it at 2,500 feet. Okay, all right, let's go for a flight. Usually in real flight we set the transponder, but this is a simulated flight, so let me just put any number I want. I'll just put there my transponder as, let's put here. Just put the as 1716. I usually put it at standby, and when you want to take off, you put it at altitude on. Okay, I just put at standby first, and when I'm going to take off, I put that to altitude on. Check. All right. The aileron, the movement of it, the yaw, the pitch. So I just check it out. There you go. You can see the movement there. When I push the stick, when I push the control column. All right. My rudder as well. If I bank, everything's good. All right, everything's good. Okay, auto brake off. Okay. Usually the flap setting is based upon calculation, based upon the weight and also the fuel of the aircraft, and also the number of passengers, and also the runway length, and also the altitude of the runway, altitude of the airport, the humidity. But in our case, I will just make an average assumption, so I put flaps 5. There you go. And I just trim my elevator trim to 10, which is in my green zone. Usually this is done based upon calculation. You need to do some calculation, but this is just a sample flight, so I just make an average assumption. Okay, there you go. Very good, very good, very good, very good. All right, we also have green here for my flaps, so it's good. If you have red, do not fly. Yeah, that's usually the case. I have green, so it's good. Everything's green, no, nothing amber. Okay. All right, we just call the flight attendants. There you go. Yeah, just for fun. All right. Okay. Switch. Usually have a comprehensive checklist, but it's just a sample flight, so we just go by a simple checklist. Okay. All right. I think we're ready. Parking brake off. Okay. All right. So let's go. Kuala Lumpur International Airport, Catherine 225 with information Zulu, align runway 14 right, ready for takeoff. So the call sign for this flight will be Catherine 665. That's the name. All right. Usually when you throttle up, let's throttle up to 60% N1 first, because we want to have uniform acceleration. You not go to 100%. You go to 60% first of N1. so that you can have uniform acceleration of both engines. Alright, let's do it. Off. Okay. So I'm trying 360%. There you go. And usually when you fly, you need to align with the runway, so you need to play with your rudder. So I will call up my V1 and rotate. My V1 would be 145 knots. Now we rotate at 147 and call up my V2 as well. Okay. So you can see the speed indicator at my right, left there. Alright, 145 V1, rotate. Alright, V2. Positive rate of climb, gear up. There you go. So when I reach 1000 feet, I will put flaps to 1. Okay. So I'm at 700 feet, 800 feet, 900 feet, 9000 feet, flaps 1. Alright. I reach 1500, I will flaps to 0. Okay. And gear, I will put it to off. Okay. We're good. Alright. Let's see whether the... Hang on. Let me just go...
Bank angle, bank angle.
Alright, so if you bank more than 30 degrees, usually in the Boeing 737, it gives you a warning. This is not a fighter jet. Alright, let me just decrease the throttle. So let's go to Kuala Lumpur City Centre, KLCC. So this is manual flying, and I will try to put the autopilot to see whether it works. You can see KLIA there at my left. There you go. There you go. You can see your KLCC over there straight up. Alright, let's go there. Alright, decrease my throttle. Alright, FMC reset. Alright, there you go. And you can see, observe KL Tower at the left as well. At the extreme left, there will be the telecom tower, robot, if I'm not mistaken. Alright. When I zoom out to 80 nautical mile, I can see other airports as well. They have MKR, they have MKD, they have MKB, so it's quite good. Well, there you go. There's KLCC over there. KL Tower. Alright, it's nice. Okay, let's turn left. Now you can see KL Tower, KLCC. Alright. Okay. So we're going to head back to Kuala Lumpur International Airport, runway 14 right. Alright. You can see that WMKK is in our view. It's around 22 or 25 nautical miles. It's right here. My frequency to runway 14 right of Kuala Lumpur International Airport. So I press approach. I've engaged 2 autopilots. Okay. And I just just wait for the localizer to engage with my airplane and also the glide slope. Just lights and 2 white lights. Okay, I will hit a thrust reverser. I do some flare.
100.
Alright, that looks good. That looks good.
50, 40, 30, 20, approaching minimums.
Flare. Touchdown. Thrust reverser. Looking good. Alright, we're good. Good landing. Off. Still off. Alright, that's it. We have landed the Boeing 737. Was a good landing. We have taken a look at the system. There were no amber lights, so everything's good. Thank you very much.